What's up, everybody? It is the final week of May, and we're about 7.5 weeks post-op, and I hit 316.9 this morning, so that's pretty incredible. It's 402 at the heaviest, 316. I'm feeling pretty lean here. I don't know. Things are going well, and I haven't been eating perfectly, so for the most part, lots of protein shakes, lots of clean food, clean snacks, the odd little bit of dark chocolate, and I mean like tiny amounts. Nothing that people would clamor to go and do if they were just eating normal processed stuff. But we're at the gym, it is like 5 a.m. So, well, a little bit later, the sun's just come up. And man, I digress all over the place. But the odd time I'll have like a bacon McDouble from McDonald's if I'm in a pinch, but I can't eat the whole thing. So, you know, I eat 3/4 of it and give it to the rest of the dogs, and they seem to enjoy it. But that's about as far as I strayed, and that's maybe a once every 2 week kind of a thing. But we're sitting, it's coming up on 90 pounds. We're not quite there. I think we're 86. And I think the goal is going to be to get under 300 by the time we go to nationals. And that's the July long weekend. So I'll have about another, just over a month to get, that's 16 or 17 pounds off before I walk through the door at nationals. And things will continue to be different. Funny thing though is, I mentioned this before, people are way nicer to a person that's not excessively overweight. It's just a weird fact of life. Some people have reacted negatively to the surgery. I kind of get it. If anyone has asked me, I've been honest. If they say, what have you done to lose the weight? I am honest with them. I will tell them I had some help. Here's what I did. It's a tool. It's not easy. Is it easier than just dieting and exercise and trying to lose the weight with the cravings and all that stuff? Absolutely it is. A lot of people find it challenging. You still have to have discipline. If you come into this, just go get the surgery without mentally preparing yourself, doing the other steps you need to do, you could fail, or you could have a very miserable few months because you're going to constantly be going back to your old habits, and you physically cannot do that. Eventually, if you keep at it, that will work. You will eventually be able to regain all your weight. You'll eventually be able to eat all the things you used to eat. But you need to almost have the opposite of dedication. You have to be relentless about trying to beat this thing, to beat the thing that you're supposed to be using to help you. And I've seen it. I've seen it lots. I've seen people that, you know, I saw them at their biggest, they lose a whole bunch of weight, and now they're even bigger. That's not going to be me. I'm going to stay lean. And even though I've fallen off, you know, here and there with little things, for the most part, the weight loss continues because of the small quantity of those things that you're able to eat. It took 70 pounds for a lot of people to notice that I had lost any weight or to make a comment. So that's discouraging in a way, but, or maybe people just don't want to comment until they know, like, okay, for sure he's lost weight. But yeah, that's just the things that go on in my head. But yeah, people are nicer, people are kinder to you, and that ain't right either. But you know, your life, your outlook on life, maybe it's my own personal, what I'm putting out there into the world that is the cause of some of this shit. But tomorrow, heading to a conference in Ottawa for municipal officials. That one is like 5 days away. So this is the first time I've taken, you know, a significant period of time away and had to adapt to the eating challenges that come with it. So I'll shoot a video while we're there, and I'll show you some of the options that are presented to us, because a lot of those lunches will be paid for and supplied. All right, everybody, we're back. We're back from Ottawa. We're back from the FCM conference. I tell you, weighed in this morning expecting to have gained because I ate kind of shitty. But you know, the saving grace is you can't do that much because you still can only eat the size of a small apple, really. But I ate carbs, I drank alcohol, and in moderation, of course. I came back. I definitely halted the weight loss, but I did not gain weight. So when I left, I was 316.1. When I came back, I was 316 even. So 0.1 of a pound, but it is still quite possible to halt weight loss and even potentially gain weight with some pretty small mistakes on this. So please, if you're having the surgery, you need to remember that this is a tool. And I also ran into an old friend of mine who was a very, very heavy guy, and he was, when I met him, he was quite heavy, and he has now lost quite a lot of weight. I was telling him about my surgery, and he told me that he had had the bypass. And when I had met him, he had gained all of his weight back from the bypass. So I know the gastric bypass and the sleeve gastrectomy are not the same surgery, but they are both bariatric surgeries with similar result patterns, even the sleeve being that you lose a little bit less weight overall. Now, what does this mean? You can beat this. If you do not treat this surgery seriously and use it as a tool and instill good habits while you are recovering and throughout your weight loss journey, you can definitely be on the other side of this, having spent that money, done all these things, altered your body, and still be heavy. And that is something that people should be very, very aware of.